In case you haven't met them before, this is Terry and this is Nelson. They spent years locked in a cage. No walks, no play, no stimulation, no relief. Just confinement, day in and day out. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That is their life. Oh, look at them, such good boys. In February 2024, after years of trying, I finally got them out. Named after two famous human captives, Terry Waite and Nelson Mandela, these dogs have been through hell. For those of you that have met them, some of you have been asking how they are, what they're doing. So I thought I'd do a roundup of their very eventful but beautiful first year of freedom.
So don't let me go, I'm all up in that love haze. So where do we go, just let me know that I am safe here in your arms. I wanna stay, I'm slipping away. So don't let me go now. Your love is exceptional. It fills me up. It's out of control, out of control. Oh baby, I love the rush. It overflows. It's out of control, out of control. I'm in love.
So as you can imagine, they were really happy and settled in really well.
What's the matter? You're so quiet today. Yes, I know. It's his turn. Right, come on then.
But there was a lot of humping going on. Oh my gosh, the humping was relentless. Nelson was constantly humping Terry. Terry was constantly humping blankets, cushions, dog beds, anything he could get hold of. Terry has made himself a girlfriend. He's put all the blankets together. It's even got legs and put it together. It's got a head. Okay, he's done humping it, now he's turning it back into a bed. And then one day it just occurred to me, there's been no more humping. And it was like, thank God it's finally stopped. Obviously there was a lot of decompressing and they had to let things out, but thank God they was done with that. There was also a lot of barking at animals on the other side of the fence. There were sheep, there were chickens all around us. Theo, just look at these two. Because there's chickens next door where there's not usually chickens. You two are acting like a couple of rebels. Nelson is not giving up. He is not giving up, are you? Horses going by, cats that would wander around and sit on the wall outside, so that would drive Nelson crazy. Terry's always halfway through his food. Got Nelson's food and I'm thinking, why is he not coming? Look there, he hasn't moved from that position. You know why? Because of that. Not even his food. He's literally not moved from that position. Nelson? There's something else here. Nelson? Are you not coming to eat? I was thinking that's not like him. He'd stay there all day. Obsessed. Obsessed. That's because he's a psychopath. He's beyond barking. He's obsessed. That's obsession. Nelson, look, I've got your bowl. Nothing. Normally that sound of the bowl. You are obsessed. You're obsessed, Nelson. Nelson, look. Food. No, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. Hello. Hello. No. Five times the size of you. There was also a lot of arguing and fighting. Are you arguing again? Are you arguing again? And ripping up and vandalising of blankets and beds. That one was Terry. Right, so this is what Terry has done this time, because I've been out all day. And that bed, which has been in there since day one, it's always been in there, is now in pieces. And that's the very last bed left. Terror's such a little shit. He's such a little shit. Such a devil. Oh, and don't worry, you would not recognise Nelson now. He is by no means an angel and never will be. He has come on leaps and bounds. And we don't need a dog psychologist, as someone suggested. For me, it was all just about being patient and letting them adjust. You can't take 8 years of how they was treated or not treated, just sitting in a bloody cage, and just have high expectations of how a well-treated, normal pet dog would be.
Don't give up on me.
Well, you may not see that as settled in, all those behavioural issues, but in between the humping and the ripping up of blankets and the barking and the want of attacking things on the other side of the fence, in between all that, they were actually really good dogs. This is why I call them good naughty boys. They are the most well-behaved naughty dogs I've ever come across. So then it was a time of firsts. I mean, first time having daily walks. Nelson loves they both love their daily walks, but Nelson would just bounce around and get so excited. Back in a minute. There you go. Every time we went out, twice a day, every day without fail, as well as big long hikes, adventures out in the car. There was the first time being groomed and brushed and checked and cuddled. And obviously it didn't start like this. I mean, the first time I touched Nelson with a brush, he just stood there and froze and wondered what the hell was going on. He would growl when I touched his paws, he would growl when I rolled him on his back. But Terry now just took to everything.
Oh, you had so long without any cuddles. I know. No strokes. No kisses, no walks. I know.
Terry never missed a chance to get some affection, and although Nelson wanted to join in, it really confused him. This affection malarkey.
Yes, Terry, I stroked you. It's Nelson's turn. It's Nelson's turn. He doesn't like the kisses. Good tail going. Good tail going. Where's tail going? He's so grumpy. He's like, let me go, woman. Let me go. I don't like your kisses. I don't care. You get me. You come into my space. You nudge Terry out the way so you get the kisses. You get the kisses. All right, Terry, I've done you. Yeah, you would be careful, Nelson. You'll get a kiss. You'll get a kiss and a cuddle. You will. You'll get a kiss and a cuddle. And then you'll growl. You come into my space. You get a kiss and a cuddle.
First time seeing themselves in the mirror, that was hilarious. Nelson had the longest standoff with himself in the mirror. They were running out of the room to see the wall behind. That they were so confused. It was hilarious. But Nelson literally stood and tried to stare himself out for what seemed like about 10 minutes.
You ain't moving. Are you just going to stare yourself out? Are you just going to stare yourself out? Oh my goodness. You are going to break.
There was first time going on day trips.
Terry, why are you so fascinated? What is going through your head? I have no idea. You are such a muppet. I hope you can swim, Terry. Right, come on. The lead doesn't go any longer. I don't know what was so interesting about that.
Oh, I'm slipping away. So don't let me go, nah, 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 nah. I'm all up in that love haze. So where do we go, nah, nah? Just let me know that I am safe here in your arms. I wanna stay, stay. I'm slipping away. So don't let me go now. Your love is exceptional. It fills me up. It's out of control, out of control. Oh baby, I love the rush. It overflows. It's out of control, out of control. I'm in love. I'm in love. Yeah.
They stayed with house sitters for the first time because there were things planned which I'd already organised before I knew I was going to be having these dogs. But the house sitters were absolutely wonderful and really understood the dogs. I gave them a full background, a description and a breakdown of what they were like and what they could expect, and they were fantastic. Trusted house sitters from the homeowner's point of view, because if you don't know, you're new here, I spent 3 years pet sitting and house sitting my way around Portugal, being on the other side of the coin as the homeowner, trusted house sitters did not disappoint. Now I knew exactly what the dogs were like, which is why I made sure I got all the fence in order before I picked up the dogs. I moved in, Nelson proofed the garden and didn't pick them up until that was done. But a faulty electric gate meant that there was a window of opportunity for escape that Nelson took full advantage of, did not miss the opportunity to get out and attack the neighbours' chickens. So I paid €60, €30 each for each chicken in damages, and we ended up with 2 of our neighbours' chickens. And the problem with the faulty gates did not end there. They can open by themselves apparently, and these did in the middle of the night, resulting in a neighbour, not the ones in the chicken incident, calling the police instead of just knocking on my door and letting me know that the dogs were out. And then I had to tie them up for a bit, and that didn't go down well. Oh, and by the way, the police were absolutely fine. It's not as if there was any crimes had been committed here, but they were really nice. I'll just clear up this mess while you two watch on, yeah? And what else was happening in their little lives? Oh, they went missing, ran off when we was out on a walk. I covered that in another video. Nelson resorted into making a bed out of absolutely anything, because despite getting his first bed, which he absolutely loved, it and all the other beds got destroyed. I kid you not, this dog has a smile every time he is in this bed. He is really loving it. Holding on to the last bit of what once was you. There's only the sides left. The rest is completely destroyed. We are just getting the last bit of joy out of what once was such a lovely bed. Once the beautiful spring weather arrived, we really enjoyed lots of hikes and walks. Obviously we had the mountains where we were, and one of the big favourites of ours was the Ecovia path. We enjoyed the bit between Ponta de Barca and Ponta Lima, and Terry could go off the lead, and yeah, they just got to really see lots and do lots of exploring, which was lovely to see. If anybody needs a dynamic canine duo, these two have practiced every part. They've practiced Thelma and Louise, they've practiced the Quaid twins. They're now doing the Shawshank Redemption. So then it was all change again. We moved out of our rental and we came back down to central Portugal, where I was staying in my friend's place for 6 months over the winter. It was time to take down the Nelson-proof fencing and put fencing up to Nelson-proof the new place. Luckily, this place was ideal. We was right on the edge of the woods, so there were no animals around, and we could just go straight out of the gate, and we was on a nice footpath to go for nice walks. So it wasn't all plain sailing in our new place. Nelson nearly ripped Terry's ear off, and it was a series of ups and downs, escapes and escapades, and well, it was an interesting few months. Listen, we're going in the car, okay? Yes, have a stretch, Nelson. Are you ready? Wait. Come on in. This way, we're going in the car. We're going in the car. We're going in the car. You know, don't you? Yeah, we're going in the car. Going in the car. Yes. Right, Nelson, up. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. So you want fish today?
Come on, Terry. Come on, Terry. Hang on, the door's not open. Hang on. Come on, Terry, up. Up, Terry. Good boy. Good boy. Right.
So what happened next made everything that had happened so far just pale into significance. Went out on a walk one day, the dogs shot off chasing a dog. This dog was going like a whippet and my two were behind it like two champion greyhounds. So the three of them were running at the speed of light through the woods in the opposite direction to where we kind of like usually go and know. So that meant that the dogs went a long, long way. I don't know how long they sprinted, but I could not find them. I went back home. I thought they'll find their way back home and they'll be home eventually. But no, an hour went by, a couple of hours went by. I went out looking on my bike, on foot, in the car. Cut a long story short, these dogs were lost and I thought there's only two things that could have happened. One, they've got disorientated and they've just got lost. They can't find their way home because they've run off so far. The other was Nelson's troubled someone's animals. Someone has shot them or poisoned them or captured them and locked them in a shed. So the search continued. Nighttime came and went. So the next day I run up a load of posters because these dogs were clearly lost. But still thinking that something's happened to them. I was thinking they would have found their way home by now. Someone's done something to them. So I kid you not, when I'm out searching, I am looking in all the bins. I think someone's whacked them over the head and dumped them in a bin. Seriously. We got some results from these posters. I had plastered half of this corner of the Coimbra district. I'd contacted every single vet, charity, the dog pound. Well, I was getting sightings. A vet gave me a really good Facebook group that she said, if there's a dog lost in this area, the people in this group will find it. They are always posting success stories. The thing is, what pursued over the next coming days was like, I kid you not, I thought I was in the movie Thelma and Louise. It was like the cop that was on the tail of Thelma and Louise, or Catch Me If You Can or something, because there was sightings, the local dog pound phoned me the second day they was missing, said somebody's got them, they've got them locked up, they're at their place. Oh well, the next bit of news was that, sorry, they've escaped. When the people that had them opened the door, they shot out and ran off. I can just imagine them two. Honestly, together, they are the most troublesome duo. I can just imagine them. 4 days this went on for. Honestly, I kid you not, I felt like I had the lead role in a movie. I really did feel like I was in Catch Me If You Can or Thelma and Louise. I couldn't go to bed every night knowing that they were out there. So I was spending the night searching, continuing to put posters up, making sure the posters that I'd put up were still up. One of the nights at midnight, I got a call from a vet, the same vet that had given me this Facebook group. And she said, go on the Facebook group. Someone's posted about the dogs. Well, it was old information. People were just posting and reposting, taking screenshots of a photo the people that had caught them before they escaped had taken. So it was giving the impression that somebody had them, but it wasn't a photo, it was a screenshot. This went on and on. At one point, one of the admin people of the group posted, it's okay, the dogs are safe and sound. Some woman had I don't know, had been sending us on a wild goose chase, but she didn't have the dogs.
Quite interesting exploring Portugal in the early hours of the morning. If you want to get to know Portugal, just lose a couple of dogs.
It was unbelievable. At one point, somebody said on the group, look, is somebody going to get hold of the dogs and call the owners? We've already been told by the other people that caught them, they're really friendly, they're good dogs, but I tell you what, it was 4 days of, hell's a bit of a strong word, but it was 4 days of stress. But at least I knew they were still alive, because when I first was looking for them, I literally was thinking they would have found their way home. Somebody's done something to them. So don't judge me for this. I know it's crazy, but I was getting so fed up, as were, not fed up, but some people were getting a little bit frustrated on this group to say, look, everybody's saying they've spotted them here, they've spotted them there. Can someone just catch them? Or just at least don't say in the evening, oh, I saw them this morning. If you see them, contact the owner straight away. Her number's here. Anyway, I just got to the stage where I thought, you know, people have got lives, they've got their own thing going on. They're not bothered about my dogs and catching these dogs. So I need some real motivation. So, as I said, I know this is. Listen, you've got to understand where I was at this time. Right, I'm just going to say it. I put on the Facebook group, look, I will give a €200 reward for anybody that can get my dogs back to me. But I kid you not, whether it's a coincidence or not, within a couple of hours, I had my dogs back. The reason why, because when I said reward, someone said to me, oh yeah, about €50. I said, no. It's got to be big enough to motivate somebody that doesn't even like dogs, doesn't care, is not interested, but it's got to be enough to motivate someone to say, you know what, for that, I'm going to go out and see if I can find these dogs and catch these dogs. So that is why I did it. Anyway, we were given direction to the house of where they were, and then finally we were reunited with the boys. And then I did think, me and my big mouth, why did I say I'd give a €200 reward? But I said I would, and I'm a person of my word, and it didn't matter. The most important thing was we just had the boys back. And now we had two very tired.
You can't keep your eyes open, you're so tired. You're so tired. We have to get your food, sweetie. I know. Oh, he's tired, boy. I know. What are you looking for? He was looking for you. He was looking for you. He was.
Very skinny, very hungry, very dirty dogs. But they were back home where they belonged. So they had a feed, they were bathed, and they bedded down in blankets for about 48 hours. They just slept and ate and slept and ate and tried to keep warm. But they were back. Once recovered, Nelson was back on the lead. But in his defence, apart from the uncontrollable urge to chase things, he's fine. And he's fine if the thing doesn't run, but he's actually really attentive on walks. So he was excused from leash jail.
See, Nelson's, there's a fork here. So Nelson is waiting to check if we're going this way. Terry's off. Good boy, Nelson. Yes, good boy, we're going that way. Good boy. Good boy, Nelson. See, he's such a good boy on his walks when he's not naughty. Terry will just trot on to Timbuktu. He doesn't care. He just gets his head down and he goes. But Nelson will always, if we come to a fork, if we come to a bend, he will always come round the bend to check that I'm still coming, or wait at the fork to see which path we're taking.
Anyway, I just felt I had to show you a little bit of the good Nelson to balance things up a bit because of what I'm about to show you next. Because, believe it or not, he is good 95% of the time, or even more than that, probably 97% of the time. It's just when he's not, he really, really, really is not. To be honest, these two can pack a lot into a month. They're certainly making up for lost time. And if I went through everything, we'd be here for hours, as entertaining as it would be. I will tell you though, they went to the beach for the first time and they absolutely loved it. And we're actually only about 20 minutes away from the coast, so I take them there every now and again for a treat.
So Nelson had a dip because he's got
a wound, bite, so we dipped him in the salt water for healing and antiseptic, didn't we, Nelson? Look at his face. Nelson's not impressed. Anyway, back to Nelson. Nelson, you're going to fall out of there. When the neighbours who live in France came and stayed in their house for a while, and their dogs had the audacity, according to Nelson, to walk past our house every day, it drove him crazy. Nelson! Nelson! God's sake!
All too much for him, and he's gone over the fence as if to say, how dare you keep walking past my house?
Nelson! Come on!
Look at him. Look at the walk.
Nelson! Come on! Come on! Could you walk any slower? Nelson! Could you walk any slower? Get home. Come on. Come on. Home. Go on. Way too much attitude. He is allowed to walk past our house. Go on. Home. See, this is why everyone says to chop your bits off. If you was with anyone else, you'd have them chopped off with your attitude. Come on, in. Now listen, do you want to be tied up all day? Do you? So I suggest you stay on this side of the fence.
This is what they're barking at. That dog just walked by.
And then there was the time the two of them literally lost their minds. It was as if the devil had rode into town and taken over their souls. I can only guess now, because it lasted about 2 weeks, that there was a dog in season somewhere in the village, because they literally lost the plot for a couple of weeks. It was like an absolute madhouse, most of which obviously I couldn't catch on camera, but I thought I was going to go insane.
I can only but guess that there's a dog on heat somewhere, because these two dogs have turned crazy over the last week. They've just turned into two little obsessed creatures. Bloody dogs. Is that why your Nelson's gone again? These bloody dogs are out of control. Alright, so Nelson's gone again. We've literally just come back from a walk and fed them, so haven't even had a chance to do anything. Terry's taking this cushion. Don't do it, Terry. Leave it. Off of my friend's bench. Oh, God. Where does he think he's going? Look. Why is this bloody wind? Where does he think he's going? Look at my dog. Look at my freaking dog. Wait till I get hold of him. Nelson, where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Come on. Honestly, bloody be the death of me, you will. Where are you going? Where are you going exactly? We've just come back from an hour's walk and you're off. Look at him. You! home. I'm facing the wrong way. Terry's having a poop. Nelson knows where he's supposed to be going. Go on, get home. No, you're not getting a lift. Get home. Follow Nelson. Go on. Come on, Terry. Come on. Look. Look at him. It's tie him up because I could not get out.
Was it all just a dream, just all in my head?
I'll be back. I'll be back.
Floating rivers upstream, the things that you said. Tell me and be honest. Tell me, did you know that you would be leaving me just like the winter's snow? Tell me and be honest.
I'll be
Tell
back.
me, should I
See you
know
later.
that
I'll be
you'd
back.
leaving me so painfully
Good boy.
quiet and slow? I try my best to move on.
I'm a little bit worried. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. Because you know what this means? You're going to the vet for a clean. And that means you can come to the kitchen when you get back. Alright? Nelson!
They say time is a
Right.
just you wait and
Terry.
see.
Hang on, hang on, hang on. Here you go. Good boy. Good boy.
Problem is for
Terry. Good boy, Nelson. Come on. Come on, Nelson. Good boy. Good boy.
so tell me and be honest. Tell me, did you know that you would be leaving me just like the winter snow? Tell me and be honest. Tell me, should I know that you would be leaving me so painfully quiet and slow? I try my best to move on, letting go.
Terry, back up. Back up. Right. Come on in.
Tell me, should I
I'm going to feel much better
just tell me and be honest? Tell me, did you know that you would be leaving me just like the winter snow? Tell me and be honest.